I think your resume, Adam, is one of the most unique in the NFL for any head coach because you were at Michigan State as a player when Nick Saban was there. You coached with Nick Saban in the first part of your career, and then you also spent a lot of years coaching Peyton Manning. So Nick Saban and Peyton Manning have had an influence on how you think about this game, how you coach the game. Which one of those two experiences do you find yourself drawing upon the most?
I think lately, like this last game, I just probably was more like Peyton Manning was kind of in my head this last game because, there was so many conversations over those 3 years I was with him as far as the game's never over. And you just keep battling until the clock hits zero. And I always think back to that Tampa game he had where I can't even remember the score when Dungy went back to Tampa for the first time and there was minimal time left in the fourth quarter. And it was multiple touchdowns. It was a Monday night game. And I just remember we had talked about that game. I think we actually found the video at some point about, I always kept thinking like, how can you keep that mindset of, when you're down that much, and he would just like, hey, just get that first down, figure out a way to get in the end zone, and then just keep rolling and see what happens. And I think I just keep, in that game, I just kept leaning back on kind of that thought process of just keep playing. We're going to get this thing going, and then as long as there's time left, we got a chance. And just being around him and just know that there's always the chance that you can get yourself back into the game. And the NFL is weird. Things happen and you just keep playing and basically until that clock hits zero.
Could you ever see Peyton coaching, and would you ever ask Peyton to be a coach for you?
I'd feel sorry for whoever the quarterback was.
Why is that?
He's as a player, he was probably the most demanding player I've ever been around. Whether you were a coach, a player, groundskeeper, nutritionist, chef.
Groundskeeper,
it didn't matter what you're. Yeah, I'm sure. Between Indy and Denver, he was a perfectionist. He wanted everything done a specific way. He was very detailed in everything that you possibly could think of throughout the entire building.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.